Hey, what's up? Greetings, family. I'm Black. Original. You know I got already. That's right, family. It's King Simon from King Simon Productions, King Simon Productions.wordpress.com, King Simon Productions.eventbrite.com, King Simon Productions on Instagram, King Simon Prod on Twitter, and King Simon on Facebook. But my Facebook is filled up, so please go to my public page called King Simon Productions. Any amount of people can be a part of that family, and you get constant downloads from about numerology and different events that I got coming up. Also, go to King Simon or MC Simon, MC Simon on Facebook. That's my other page. And also, I have an app at App Village called King Simon Productions at App Village. So if you got an App Village or you got an Android, you got an iPhone, you can actually download my app, King Simon Productions, as an app. Also, of course, my websites are let me see, Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. Well, it's numbersAreSimple.com. That's numbersAreSimple.com. And of course, my book is called Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. It's on Dr. Africa's website, LailaAfrica.com. It's on Amazon and it's on Kindle. Also, I got a children's book called Numbers Are Simple, Our Children's Health is Important. So I am going to speak about the basic meaning of what we call the personal years cycle in numerology with your brother King Simon. Now, I am going to read a few passages from some great authors. I think this one is written by S. Biravar, master numerologist also. He has a book called Numerology for Prosperity. And I'm going to break down what he said. Now, this is old. I had to get it printed. So it is what it means. It is what it is. Wow, it just got dark all of a sudden. Okay, there you go. First, let me show all of you how to get to your personal new year, And remember, family, each and every birthday, whether it's your child, whether it's your mama, whether it's your daddy, whether it's you, each and every birthday is your personal new year, your personal solar return, your personal happy Earth day or happy Earth strong. It's your personal day. That's why in numerology, under the Rosicrucian numerology, there's things called different paths that we go through. All right. And if you want to find out more information about the different path or the different cycles we have that we go through, I suggest you get this book by Lloyd Strayhorn. Lloyd Strayhorn has it in this book. This one is called Numbers in You, by Lloyd Strayhorn, one of his top selling books. But I want to just break down some of the cycles that in the Rosicrucian approach to life cycle. The first cycle is called the reputation cycle. The second cycle is called the journey cycle. The third cycle is called the energy cycle. The fourth cycle is called the mental cycle. The fifth cycle is called the success cycle. The sixth cycle is called the vacation cycle. And the seventh cycle is called the critical cleansing cycle. Now, each cycle consists of 52 days. So 52 days after your birthday, from your birthday, 52 days after is what we call the reputation cycle. And then the next 52 days after that is called the journey period. And the next 52 days after that is called your energy period. And the next 52 days after that is called the mental period. And the next 52 days after that is called the success period. And the next one after that is called the vacation period. And the last 52-day cycle, which I always speak about because that is one of the most critical, especially about from your birthday. And that is the most I wouldn't say the most important, but that is when you need to do cleansing on all levels. And it's a critical cycle because in that cycle, many people have passed on, transitioned, especially older people. Many people get into various arguments at that time. And it is one of those complete 7 or 52 day cycles that is a year, that is a time for completing and ending things. So this is a good book to go and find out more. And then he recommends another book, which I have at home. I don't have it with me on my road trip. Is called Life Mastery and the Cycles of Fate by a Rosicrucian doctor named H. Lewis Spencer. The name of that book, if you want to get that for you, and it's hard, sometimes it's hard to get because I had to get it from someone who wrote all in the book, wrote up and down in the book, but they got rid of it. They must have got rid of it from a family member. Somebody must have owned it prior to that. That's why, for the record, I told my children, with all my books and DVDs and CDs of music and knowledge and information, please donate it to a Black-owned and operated school or the Schomburg's Library or anything that's dealing with Black-owned and operated is going to need the books because I got a lot of profound books and information. And I think they will definitely, schools will definitely need it, especially Black-owned and operated school will definitely need the information to share with the young people that's coming up in the years to come. So when I transitioned, I told my children that they need to do that. That's in the will, actually. So if they don't want to keep it, then they give it away to those Black institutions and Black organizations. They can keep some for themselves, and if they see doubling a book, they give them away or pass it on because knowledge is to be shared. And never keep knowledge to yourself. Share it with other people. I'm never afraid to tell you what books I'm reading. If you're going to study as much as I study and various other people that got to where they got to, good for you. It's enough for everybody, and we all are here for a moment. Simple as that. So if you can get this book or get the book I just mentioned by Dr. H. Lewis Spencer, a Rosicrucian teacher who taught on life's mastery and the cycle of fate, very good books to get, okay? But this time, I'm just going to get on the personal year and personal cycle. Let me read something about the personal year from this person's perspective. This is a person from India that wrote this book, another person from India that wrote about numerology. They got some great books and good books to study. Like Lloyd used to tell us, always study, but also take it in and present it from your perspective. Because your experience may be different than someone in the culture under India. Your experience may be different than the person that might be in China or Japan doing numerology, doing culturally now. Your experience might be different than living in Canada than where I'm living in America or living in somewhere else. But the numbers and the threads of the numbers and the meaning of the numbers are all the same, but they can be expounded upon without limitation. Numbers and numerology is not limited. It's not limited. It's here for guidance, and it is infinite. And like Lloyd used to say, universal sciences will never go out of style. Universal sciences and teachings will never go out of style because it's universal. And since mathematics and numerology are basically one and the same, but it's just different levels of the study of numbers, because that's all numerology means. The study of numbers, whether you take it from a mathematical perspective, whether you take it from a metaphysical perspective, whether you take it from an algebraic perspective or a geometrical perspective or gematria or Kabbalah, or it's all numerology, study of numbers. I like to keep it simple. I'm not into no high-fi science and talking all kind of stuff. I'm not getting into trigonometry. Even trigonometry is a study of another form of numerology. Simple, really simple. It's just some people like it abstract and some like to deal with themselves or deal with the situation around or what's happening in the world. Like gematria deals with certain situations and certain incidences or certain world situations that's going on, and they're able to compute it into numbers. I like to stay on the basics and stay with trying to help guide you to be your highest and wisest, understanding your negative and your positive, understanding the balance and how to work it in this realm, because we're not going to be here for so long. Okay, so in this book, Numerology for Prosperity, he says about the personal year, he says, the personal year number is used to determine what are your own personal strengths and challenges during the current year. Your personal year number vibration will be the most influential in your life during that current year. Upon knowing this, you will know how to approach life during the current year, because you will be prepared for any changes that may occur, be it physical, mental, emotional, spiritual changes in your life. Using an example, let's say someone born on October the 12th. So what we do is add October, which is what we call now the 10th month, and 1 plus 0 is 1. And then the 12th, which is adds up to a number 3. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So 3 plus that 1 is 4. Or if you're doing October 10th, let's say 10 plus 12 equals 22. Now, if we're dealing with compound numbers, that's a whole different energy. I like to deal with all the numbers. I like to find them all out, because the compound number is just as important as the singular number, and the singular number is just as important as the compound number. So if there's a compound number of significance that shows up, make sure you study and read. And I teach that in my class, how to study and read the compound numbers that shows up in the chart. Even the angel numbers, which is more than 2. It's like 3 or sometimes 4. Those angel numbers are so important. They give you significant meanings and wake you up to certain things that's going on in your immediate situation at that time. So if we take the birthday of October 12th, so October is the 10th month plus the 12 equals 22, and then add it to 2019, the year that we in, that equals 2041. So 2 plus 0 plus 4 is 6, plus the 1 is 7. So the person under October 12th, let's say Dick Gregory was born October 12th. In this particular year, he would be in his number 7 year. And so we break down the meaning of those 7 years, especially in our consultation and and in our readings. Though I do consultation, I don't do readings, because I really get in and deal with that 7 number. And I make sure I have different books around me to give references. After I do my breakdown, I want to show you that someone from 1897 or 1972 is actually sharing the same thing with you as I'm sharing with you, but also I try to give the duality of the 7. So what we're going to do right now, family, briefly, I'm not staying here too long, is run down the breakdown of each one of those numbers. So let's say you add your month and your day to this year, and you come up with the number. So I want everybody out there to do this. Take a piece of paper or take a calculator for it. You add the month that you're in plus the day that you were born, and add it to the year that you're in now. That's 2019, which adds up to a 12, which is a 3. So for me, for instance, my birthday is February the 1st. That's the 2nd month plus the 1st, and plus 2019 equals 2022. Good. I like that, because 2022, if you remove the 0 out of that 2022, you start to see the angel numbers 222. So in far as I'm concerned, before I get to that 6, because 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6, before I get to the 0, I look for the angel number breakdown, and I read it. I read the angel numbers, which is those 3 numbers that are very pronounced in that calculation. So After I read the angel number, then I add it up to the 6. But because in numerology there's a duality, there's a positive and negative, and if you stay on your negative, you go towards destructive. I would read also the negative of that angel number, or the negative of the 2 vibration itself, because each 2 vibration in a 3 number revealings of angel numbers means something also. And if you understand that, you could also navigate even more. So I tend to like to read numbers from a holistic perspective. I read it from the Chaldean, I read it from the Pythagorean, I read it from the Chaldean, the Chinese if I have to, I read it from the Kabbalah if I have to, I read it from the Abjad from the Arab countries if I have to. I study from all angles, and I'm always studying. I'm constantly, I have books around me I carry with me on my trip. And plus, I research from my downloads or the uploads that I get from my internal energy and my spirit dreams and what I'm doing. I'm telling you, family, it's amazing what you discover in numerology, man. And it just makes things tangible, and it just helps to guide you. It's nothing to worship and do all that kind of stuff for. It's just for guidance, like the GPS. And all of us, I'm talking about every one of you, have an internal GPS. You just have to pay more attention to it and use it to your benefit. You have to pay attention to that internal GPS and use it to your benefit, and try to stay on the higher frequency of it. So I'm going to go through 1 through 9, coming from this book, Numerology for Prosperity. Discover how your birth numbers can reveal your destiny in wealth. And it's written by, I can't pronounce the first the name because it's an Indian name, a name from out of India, but the last name is Biravar. Biravar. Last name is Biravar. So if you can find that name up there, hey, good luck. I found this book on the street, and I always look at books, and that's a good place to find old books and books that might resonate with you, is looking at those dollar spots or those $5 book vendors on the street. Support the brothers and sisters on the street, especially in New York. I support them brothers out there all the time. Big up to Willie, big up to Supernova, big up to Nova Felder. I support those brothers on the streets all the time when it comes to books and all that kind of stuff. Even Infundici is on the streets over there. The brother Sekou is on the street selling books and all that kind of stuff. Support those brothers in Harlem on 125th Street. First, here's some basic breakdowns of each year, 1 through 9. And there should be let's go into it. Year number 1, if your personal year adds up to a number 1, this is a year of new direction, opportunity, start of a new cycle lasting for next 9 years. Excellent year to start something new or to make the changes you always wanted. You have to do it alone without depending on others for help. This year requires pioneering, individuality, and daring. So if your birthday adds up, when you add the month that you're born with the day you were born with the year that we're in, that means you are, and it adds up to a number 1, that means you need to pay attention to the 1 energy vibration, which is that leadership vibration. It is a new business, new things, new prospects of life, new prospects in life, new business, new job, new people. All of that is all a part of the number 1 year vibration. If your personal year adds up to a number 2 year represents decision making, balance. This is a year of patience and diplomacy and tact. Partnership and new agreements will come to you. Friends will be added into your circle. Whatever planned last year will take time to mature. Whatever is planned last year takes time to mature, because in a number 1 year is also the seed planting years. So in a number 2 year, it's starting to be nourished and mature in this number 2 year before we reach the number 3 year. Now, the number 3 year, if your personal number adds up to a number 3 year, It means moving forward and expanding. Like I always said about this 3, it's about expanding and exposure and expression. It is a creative year to move forward and to expand yourself. A year of added expenses and socializing, traveling for pleasure and earning through lecturing and writing, or even by advertising is excellent. Even in acting, even in expressing and dancing, whatever way, whatever means you could express yourself in a personal 3-year, express yourself. You got to express yourself. Now, number 4-year is that foundation laying year. That is the security year, the patient, the practical year. So if your personal year is in a 4-year, after last year's pleasure and entertainment, now it is time to sit down and plan seriously. It's like let's say it's one of your get your life together years. Time to organize and secure certain things and structure yourself. It will be taxing and need a great deal of patience. It will be slow moving. If you push your way, it will not work, as this is a year for you to pay attention to details. Health will be affected. Success will come only through economical and practical ways. Rushing through will bring failure. Too much rushing will bring failure. What is the old saying? Haste makes waste. So in the number 4 year, you have to discipline yourself, because like I always say, they're not saying it in this book, that 4 is one of the disciplinary numbers, like the number 8. So rushing through anything will bring failure. This is a year to build a foundation in your career or in your business or whatever you're into. This is the 4 year. If your number lands onto a 4-year personal year, like I said, I'm going to say how you do get that 4 year. If you're just tuning in, the 4 year is only acquired by adding, if you want to find out your personal year is only acquired by you adding the day and the month with the year that we're in, like 2019. That's the year we're in. You add it to the day and month that you were born, and then you get the results of that year if you add it all the way to the last and final number, and if it adds up to a number 4. So number 5, if your personal year adds up to a number 5, general changes. It's a year of flexibility. Believe me, adaptability. A year to see changes, replacing the old with the new. It can be your office, your home. After last year's of practicality, this year is an excellent year for adventure and progress. Traveling will bring good news. Advertising will bring excellent results. A year filled with adventure, changes, and progress. That is the number 5 year. There's a duality to it, because 5 can be scattered minded and all over the place. So even in your personal year, you can go there because you want to do so many things when you really just need to hone, focus, and still be flexible and adaptable to accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish. So that's a 5 personal year. The 6 personal year that comes in represents relationship, domestic, and community. After last year of freedom, because 5 represents freedom, this is a year for you to accept more responsibilities, either in your work or in your home. Love and sympathy will be received if expressed. Love and sympathy will be received if expressed. Good year to marry, buy a home, or doing community works. Accepting added responsibility will harmonize yourself this year. Now I'm entering a number 6 year. Like I told you, when I added my birthday up, 2 + 1 + 2019 adds up to 2022. So 2 + 0 + 2 + 2 = 6. So I am entering officially on my birthday, although I felt the effects of it last year, and I won't get into what that means, because usually we get those sneak peek months coming around September, October, November, December, but it starts really around September towards October. Those are the sneak peeks of what's to come in the next year, just to let you know what's coming. So I always pay attention to those months prior to the year coming in that's coming in next. So I already knew I was entering a 6th year because I started feeling the effects. And usually 6 deals with relationship and family or divorce or separation. It is what it is. Sometimes that's known as a pregnancy year. Also, there's 3 different main years or main numbers that are known as pregnancy numbers. The number 2, the number 6, and the number 8. Those are very high frequency pregnancy numbers. So you got to pay attention during those years too. Those personal years under the 2, 6, and 8, guess what? Watch out, you might get pregnant. So accepting, like it says, ending at the 6th year, it says, accepting added responsibility will harmonize yourself this year. Going to the number 7, family. The number 7. Everybody says the number 7. Seven is called specialization, the spiritual, the reflective year, the introspective year. Just like the number 2, it could be a very introspective year. 7 is also a highly spiritual year. Usually, this is a year for you to study, research, and specialize in your career. If you're going, it is a period for mental cleaning, meditation, or meditate and aim for spiritual advancement in a number 7 year. This is not a year for expansion or to start anything new, but a finishing touch in a 7 year. Meet up with spiritual gurus and you will attain peace. If you rush into material wealth, you will get disappointed. Letting go and accepting your spiritual journey will bring wealth unto you and aims for spiritual upliftment. So in a number 7 years, all about spiritual upliftment. It's all about spiritual reflection, introspection, and getting the job done internally and letting it be shown externally. Excuse me. It is a number of also travel, but traveling for spiritual means or research means. It's a number of research also. So digging deep and not taking nothing on face value is very important. Let's go into the number 8 year. 8 year, of course, is the money power year. If you understand numerology, it's a money power year, but also it's an ancestral year. It's also dealing with elders and people older energy. But it is also the number of reaping the harvest after all the hard work was done in the past 7 years. From hard work put in the past 7 years will bring results. So I always tell people when you're in an 8 year, depending on what work you put in prior in the last 7 years before this is when you're supposed to reap the benefits even stronger. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's saying. It says hard work put in the past 7 years will bring results this year. Good year for material wealth to be accumulated. Business attitude towards your working environment will bring excellent results. Year for action. Avoid emotion and sentiments to derail your plans. So this, stopping right there, this year is more a calculated year where you have to be cold but be balanced, especially when you want to make your money and you want to accomplish certain things dealing with finances. You got to make sure everything is calculated, and it's also a disciplinary number. So you got to make it. That's why in the movie called The Creators, we have to do what you have to do so you can do it. So everybody out there, everything is a season, everything is a cycle. So you understand that. You got to do what that whether it's physical, monetary, you got to do what you have to do so you can do what you want to do. Still, there's a cycle going on when you want to do something. More cycles because everything is dealing with a cycle. Year of action, avoid emotional or derail your plans. Let go, and this will be an excellent year. Let go, and this will be an excellent year. After 6 years of this year will be a year for balance, material, and the spiritual side of yours. Both are necessary. Now remember, the 8 is comprised of which deals with balancing on top of each other. And in the 5% or the relation of God and earth represents building, and the right 8 represents building. 0 is going clockwise, 1 0 is going counterclockwise. 1 going for the building aspect, and 1 is the building aspect. Build and destroy is in that age, understanding you have it in your hands to either build or destroy. Last but not least, the number 9. Number 9 here, and the way you find a person is you add with a year 2019. That's how you find your personal year. 9 represents letting go and letting in. A year full of emotions, a year to let go of things that are not in your favor. Yes, let go of people, places, and things on a certain purpose. Even over. It's going to be emotional because breakups happen in number 9. 8, 9 is a lot of going on. I've done reading the sentence and I've seen this. A lot of breakups. You're responsible to the union, or probably another 1 year, the new what I want them to do. But sometimes if the relationship is not real and you're and it won't work. The person in your relationship is not real. He with you and it won't work because you need to work and balance it off. Relationship and grow and be a real compliment to one another. Dr. Baruch on compliment. Dr. Baruch compliment. Let me show you your energy. Here for the go and letting in. A year filled with emotions. To let go if things are not in your favor. You may encounter losses and friends in your cycle. You are closing the 9-year cycle and getting ready for the new experiences in life. It can be painful but necessary for the soul to learn lessons so that it can move forward. If you are partial, impersonal, tolerant, compassionate, this will bring love, understanding. What it says, the duality now, or you might have suffered loss. If you are impartial, impersonal, tolerant, compassionate, this year will bring love and understanding. In its higher frequency is the universal love and peace energy. Understand that, family. That's what we got to strive on in number 9. But you got to love yourself more. You can love everybody, but you got to love yourself more. Because on the other half of the number 9, war, military, fire, guns, weapons, it's a number on the negative side, or the lower energy. But I always tell people to try to strive high, especially people born under the 9 or 1887. Always look at the high level, take low arguments and confrontation. Because usually when you get into confrontation, you get fight the war in the military type stuff. Police is also added to the number 9. In numerology, we use verbs transpose words into the numbers and break it down. Powerful. Powerful. He says here, completing it, he said the above personal year numbers are positive vibration years. It can also be negative vibration, like I've been saying. Personal number 6 represents marriage, but it could also indicate separation and divorce. For example, personal year number 8 represents material accumulation, but it can also indicate material losses. How to find out if this year or that year is positive or challenging year for you? It is important to know your challenge numbers in life and the topic, and that's what you need to know. That's why when I do a numerology session, I break that down. I go into what's the dualities of all the numbers. Very important that I do that, because if you understand your weakness, you can manage it and turn it around to be a strength. You don't have to be weak all the time. That's why I tell you, numerology is just for guidance. It's not here for you to worship. It's not here for you to praise it and all that. It's mathematics that's here to guide you to be your best. So anybody practicing either numerology or astrology or all these different types of modalities to help guide you, take it as that. Take it as that and move forward. And if you need another one, sometimes I tell people, look, I want you to learn it for yourself, or at least learn the basics for yourself so you can help yourself. But like Lloyd always says, sometimes it's the hardest person to read is yourself sometimes. That's why I have to read people or read myself objectively. I have to put myself, my name, everything on a piece of paper and the whole birthday and break it down like it ain't even me anymore. It's a client. I have to break it down like that. I have to actually separate myself from myself in order to read myself. That's why me and Lloyd have some conversations sometimes, and we be going into all kind of numbers and all that kind of stuff. But it is really hard to read yourself sometimes and then follow suit, because sometimes we fall short too. We're only so-called humans in this realm. I'm an alien. I don't care enough nobody says. I've been saying that on radio for years back in the day. So once again, family, I just wanted to share that about personal numbers. The way you find your personal numbers is add the month you were born with the day you were born and with the year that we're in. Since we're in 2019, add the month, your month and your day onto 2019 and go through this video and get the breakdown. Beautiful. And I got it from this book. It's an old book. It's hard to find. I don't know what year was this written. It's in here. It's an old book, but it's written by an Indian guy, a guy from India called Biravar, master numerologist, Biravar. I can't pronounce the first name. That's one of those names. I'm out of here, family. If you want to do a numerology session with me, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. Again, 347-496-1022. Please become my friend on Instagram, so you can get all the updates of what's coming up on my events and all that. If you want to find out about my online classes or my classes that I will be doing, matter of fact, we got something major. Myself, Lloyd Strayhorn, and Kaya French from out of Detroit is going to be doing something major in June. I got some great events coming up on April the 28th for the first time together. It's a double lecture. Have the place for all day. I'm going to have this place for all day, but I have Sister Shahrazad Ali speaking on polygamy and monogamy, or monogamy and polygamy, which is best for the Black man and woman in these times. And then I have Baba Ashra Kwesi coming in, speaking about the Bible and the Quran revisited, the origin of the Bible and the Quran revisited, and why are we still following our enemies' dogmatic religions? Baba Kwesi is going to come with the fire, and we're going to have a question and answer after each one of them. And then we're going to just go with the vendors, the food, everybody's going to be there. I'm just confirming the venue. I'm going to confirm the venue by, let me see, 28th of February, March. I should confirm the venue in February, but the online tickets will be sold starting February 1st, which is my birthday. This will not be videotaped. It will not be live streamed, because these two people do not want it videotaped and live streamed. So you have to be in the building. I think I'm getting a venue that holds like 500 people or probably 600 people, but you have to be in the event. You have to be there if you want to see this, because this is the first time Sister Shahrazad Ali and Brother Ashra Kwesi will be doing a double lecture together for the first time in history. I've never heard of them doing anything together, because remember, Baba Kwesi is from an African perspective, an African spirituality perspective, and Sister Shahrazad Ali is from the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's it. His teachings. She never been under Minister Farrakhan. She never been under Jeremiah Shabazz. She never been under nobody. She is the ultimate MGT GCC. She is the ultimate and consummate MGT GCC. She wrote the book Black Man's Guide to Understanding Black Women and Black Women's Guide to Understanding the Black Man. So she'll be coming to town, and Baba Ashra Kwesi. Ladies first. She'll be speaking first, and then Baba Kwesi will come on and do it. And I have live performance by United Front. The United Front will be performing live. So we're going to get it in. All the vendors and food by Mojo Cafe will be in the building. We just going to go in and have a good, we'll be going to, we will be interviewed. Shahrazad Ali will be interviewed on the Star Report because they're good friends. I linked them today. Brother Ashra Kwesi and Shahrazad Ali will be interviewed on Brother Rich and probably Sanetta's show. We're going to make sure that happens. I will be advertising on all these guys' shows just to show the love. And it will be a reasonable price. And of course, young people are free, 17 years and younger. They are absolutely free. But the advanced tickets, early bird tickets, you got to get them tickets fast, family. Do not miss out. Fly your backside in. Get a bed and breakfast. It's going to be in Brooklyn. So find an Airbnb or find one of them hotels on booking.com or call my girl, Imani Scott, because maybe Imani Scott, she can hook you up. Let me give you Imani Scott's number. If you want to be in the place, let me give you Imani Scott. She is my booking agent, and you just tell her you want to come to King Simon's event on April 28th. Imani is my booking agent. Let me make sure I got her number. Her work number is 347-746-9749. That's 347-746-9749. Do not call her for a numerology session or nothing else. You're only calling her unless you're coming in town and you need a travel agency that can book you in a hotel, either fly you, get you the best rate, or she can also give you a hotel or Airbnb to stay in Brooklyn, New York during the weekend of April 28th, week after Easter. So you can fly on out and have a good time, all right? But if you want a numerology session with me, please text me at 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And make sure you hit me up on all my social media. You can Google me right now, get King Simon Numerology or King Simon Productions.wordpress.com, King Simon Productions.eventbrite.com. I'm on Instagram, King Simon Production. I'm on Prod, King Simon Prod at Twitter. I'm on Facebook at King Simon, MC Simon, or King Simon Productions. And also I have an app, and my app is King Simon Productions. Join the app crew and get some deals. Also, one more thing before I get on out of here, family. It is so imperative that you pay attention to these cycles and use it for your benefit to help you to become your wisest and your strongest in what you could be for you and your family and your children. I do readings for children. I do compatibility readings and all that kind of stuff. But if you're going to do a compatibility reading, please have the other person on the phone line. Record it also. Make sure you pay for the recordings, because the recordings will help and guide you also, because you can get to listen to it over and over and over again. So remember, repetition is the mother of skill and mastery. So I'm just here to help and guide you. Great books to get, of course, Numerology and Prosperity. That should be online, of course. My book, Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. That's on Amazon and Kindle. Also, Numbers and You by Lloyd Strayhorn. That's also on Amazon and Kindle. Also, this is a good book as far as angel numbers. Very good book from a Christian perspective, which is interesting. Doreen Virtue, Angel Numbers 101. Very good book to get. Those that are indecisive too much, this is a good book for you also. The Power of Decision by Raymond Charles Barker. And this book is usually recommended by Brother Panic. Astrodynamics by Robert Bruce. This has definitely been helping me. To understand certain things in the astral realm, and I don't mind learning it too. All right, let me show y'all something first before we get off. This is when I first produced my own book, and this is the first one. My son have it in his room here. He's in the military right now. This one's called Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. It was a white cover compared to the blue cover. This was a white cover back in the day. So this was the first issue. This is a collector's item, but I don't even put this out no more. This is a collector's item. This one right here, collectors. So my son still got it, because I gave all my children the books, because they are the inheritance of all of my royalties when I pass on and transition to the next realm. So Universal knowledge will never go out of style. So it will keep on selling and selling and selling. And royalties will go to my family, my grandchildren, my great grandchildren. That's why you got to set up generational wealth. That's what it's all about. I have a children's book also. So let me not keep you. One love, one aim, one destiny. Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu Alaikum, Islam, peace be unto you. Ira to the Caribbean family, and of course to the African family, to you too, and all those in England, everybody in Canada, all those that see and hear about me, those that have supported, those that get reading. I mean it from the heart, all of my heart, not the bottom, not the top, all of my heart. I mean it sincerely that I love and respect you, and I just wish with good intentions for you to be your very best. That's why I do what I do, to be your very best in whatever you're supposed to do in life. Find your gold mine. Find who you are internally and bring it out to the world before you transition. We only got a few years here. We only got a few. We're dead longer than we're alive. So pay attention. Know your numbers. Know your astrology. Study, 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 and after that, study yourself, because it's all numerology. Astrology helps you to know thyself. I'm out of here. Peace, love, and soul. I'm out. Take care. Oh, my goodness.